Hello and welcome to the Mindful Innovator Meditation series. Today we're just going to go over the basics of how to meditate. So whether you have meditated in the past, this is your first time meditating, or even tried meditating and failed, if you could really do that, today we are going to just start with getting us all back to the same level set of what meditation is, how to do it. This way we can use those basics throughout the rest of the series to become better innovators, better change makers, just better people. Now, before we begin, we're going to go over some rules for the road. Those are 3 simple rules. The first rule, just have fun with this. Don't be serious. We always tend to take ourselves very seriously, especially when it comes to being professional. That doesn't always have to be the case. We are allowed to have fun at the same time. So please have fun with this. Rule 2. Find a quiet, comfortable place that you can relax and will not be disturbed. But not too comfortable. We don't want you falling asleep, because if you fall asleep, you're not going to hear or learn from any of the values that we're going to talk about within these meditations. And our third rule, simply breathe. That's what it all comes down to. We just need to breathe. Now, in future meditations, we're going to be focusing in on different topics within innovation. We'll dive into how do we actually solve a problem, or really what is innovation, and go really broad with some of these meditations to really help us understand the things that we do subconsciously and some of the big things that we're missing that are right in front of us. But before we get there, like I mentioned before, this will be the foundational meditation that's going to really focus in on how do we meditate, and then we'll tackle some of those innovation challenges in future meditations. Okay, so let's begin. The first thing is find that comfortable spot. Sit down, relax. Make sure your phone is on silent. And once you're ready, just sit there. Close your eyes. And I want you to breathe. Breathe in through your nose. Hold the air in your lungs for just a couple of seconds and then breathe out. And when you do this, I want you just to say, breathe in. As you breathe in, hold it for 2 seconds, and then as you breathe out, in your mind, breathe out. Now, it is normal for you to want to think about something else, and I'm sure you're already thinking about something else. But it's important to just come back to the breath, and saying, breathe in, breathe out, helps you really get you back into that mindset, into that focus of getting back to the breath. So again, breathe in, hold, and then breathe out. Now as you breathe, I want you to time it out, be more purposeful with your breath. And when you breathe in, take 4 seconds to breathe. Hold it for 2, and then release for 4 seconds. So this is the 4-2-4 count. So breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 2, and then exhale. Breathe out for 4 seconds. This is helping you stay laser focused on the breath. When other thoughts try and get into your mind, they're unable to, focusing just on that breath. So go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. And I will leave you alone for a few breaths. Another trick to helping you really focus on that breath is to feel the breath. So as you breathe in, where do you feel the air coming through? Is it in your stomach, in the expanding of your chest? Is it at the tip of your nose, feeling the cool air? But just focus in on the feeling of the breath. And as you exhale, where do you feel the exhale? Is it the sinking of your chest, or maybe it's the warm air passing your lips? And I know it's easy to punish yourself for not staying focused. You may be thinking about what's for dinner or what you need to do next at work. And that's okay. Don't punish yourself. Like I said earlier, you can't fail at meditation. We all have wandering minds. We all do it. The purpose of meditation is to help us reduce that and keep us focused. But we're going to have other thoughts. The important part is that we make sure that we just begin again. So making sure that every time our thought process kind of goes off, and we may wander for a few seconds, maybe even a minute, but we just say begin again, and we go right back to the breath and use those techniques of the 4-2-4 count or the feeling of the breath going in and out. This will help you get back into your focus. Now, for my favorite part of meditation is reflection. This is the point where, after we get our breath under control and we've cleared our minds, now we can really start thinking about the important things. What is our intention for this meditation? And today's intention for this meditation is to understand, why are you listening? Why are we doing this right now? What appealed to you for the Mindful Innovator meditation series? And just think about that for a moment. As you breathe in, hold, breathe out. Reflect on the reason why you're listening right now, the reason why this really did appeal to you. Envision, what does success look like? Because as we go through each meditation, it's going to be important to reflect back to make sure that you're getting what you really wanted to out of this. It all comes back to purpose. So breathe in, then breathe out. Feel that breath going in through the nose, and as you breathe out through your mouth, feel it, the air passing by your lips. And reflect. Now, if your mind starts to wander, go off the beaten path. That's fine. Remember, begin again. And focus back on that breath again. The breath will be what grounds you. It'll bring you back into center, right into focus. Then you can start with your intention only after the breath. So if your mind wanders, begin again. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, what was my intention for this meditation session? Now I'll leave you here just for a few moments to reflect on what exactly you want to accomplish from all of these sessions. What does success look like to you? Envision it. Embrace it. Okay, great. Now I have one last thing for you to do before we end today's session, and that is to get a piece of paper and a pen and write down what you see as success by the end of these meditations. What was that intention? And as we go through the meditations, I want you to reflect back on that intention to see if we're hitting the mark. And if not, why are we not hitting the mark? But take that piece of paper that you're writing down your intention and tuck it into a safe place like your wallet or in a book. And we'll come back to that later on. Remember, what we focus on grows. So I have no doubt that you will get what you came here for if we stay focused. That's it for now. Thank you for joining me today. It has been a pleasure. And I look forward to seeing you next time, where we'll start digging into exactly what is innovation and how can we be mindful about it.